Okay. So this is AHP, or analytical hierarchy process. Basically, this is the method suggested by, I hope you can see my slides, by Sati during 1977 and 1980. And basically, this is one of the decision making technique where you have multiple criterias. So basically, it is providing measures based on the judgment consistency. It derives, so I'm not going into this theoretical part. I'm just going to give you, it is based on multiple criteria. It starts with pairwise comparison, and let's go here. So for example, you want to hire a CEO. What is the process? How you can hire? Somebody is having, so you have, for example, three candidates, Mr. Bush, Mr. Clinton, and Mr. Trump. Who is going to be the CEO of the USA? This is the problem. Mr. Trump had this much experience, Mr. Clinton has this much experience, Mr. Bush has this much experience. So these are the experiences. Their education, somebody is, highly qualified. What is their, social work? What is their political work? So they have also, who is the right choice based on their education, experience, social experience, political experience? Who can be the right choice as a CEO of the USA? So basically, if this is a question, how we can deal this? Promotions of staff, who get, for example, somebody in academic, like, I'm a professor, I'm a faculty. How I can be? I'm somebody is good in teaching, somebody good in research, somebody good in services, somebody good in other kind of academic work, administration work of academics. How you can do the, who is the best fit? Somebody is having one criteria higher, somebody is, so basically in such cases this technique is applicable. Buying a house, buying a car, deciding upon a place to visit for vacation, uh, which MBA program is best from Eastern Washington or Western Washington, or from Washington State University, which is the best based on the placement scenario, based on the, you can say, tuition fees, placement, faculty, and exposure. So this technique is applicable. This is little bit mathematics here. First step is to develop a hierarchy. What we need to do? We need to develop a hierarchy. First, we need to have a goal. Let's say I'm just giving a goal, selecting best MBA program. So the goal is selecting. You have three criteria, which is Eastern Washington University, Western Washington University, Central Washington University, and Washington State University. Let's say these are the, now under sub criterias are tuition fee. It has to be in pocket. Financial aid, tuition fees. The second is, um, job, who provides the better placement. So for example, better placement, then you are looking, faculty. So for example, these could be a faculty, or these are three criteria, and then you can go underneath of many criteria. So you can make hierarchy into many levels, but we are just going to deal with two level. So here we go on the first example. You are going to buy a car. The objective is buying a car or selecting a car based on style, reliability, and fuel economy. These are the three primary criteria. You have cost. Also, we'll see later. You have alternatives. You have to select out of Civic, Saturn, Ford Escort, and Mazda. These are the four options based on style, reliability, fuel economy. How you can say which is the best model? So now let's go into this. So step number first to develop excuse me, just a minute. So selecting a car, here style, reliability, fuel economy, these are the three options, three criteria, and you have the four options. So if I ask now, which is going to be your selection, you can say you like Saturn and you will select that. No, somebody says, I love Escort, I love Ford brand, I will go for Escort. Somebody will say, I like Civic. I mean, that is your just choice, but based on decision technique, based on style, reliability, everything is accountable for selecting a car. Now let's look into the first step is to make the hierarchy. The second step is to make ranking the criteria and alternatives. What is the criteria and what is the alternative? So here, for example, style, reliability, or fuel economy, these are the first criteria. We have to rank them in terms of pairwise comparison. What is, excuse me, give me a minute. Let me get a water. Just a minute, please. So, so what is the criteria? Let me give you an example here. So first take a pair. So let's say I'm just taking a pair of Seattle and Spokane. I'm comparing them based on the population of Seattle and Spokane. Spokane County has approximately 500,000 people. Okay, 0.5 million. Seattle has almost 1.5 million population. How I can compare Seattle to Spokane? Seattle is 3 times bigger than Spokane. What I will say? Seattle is 3 times bigger than Spokane. What I will say about Spokane as compared to Seattle, Spokane is 1/3 of Seattle. So basically, this is called pairwise comparison. So similarly, you can, how practically this is done. Let me show you one picture here. And let me use this. For example, this is normally, if you take a judgment from experts about anything, for example, this is a center point and this is one. This is, for example, Seattle, and this is Spokane. So one, or you can say 2, 3. I'm writing all 3, 3, 4, 5, and keep going up to 9. Normally, people do here. This is -2, -4, -3, and keep going about this. So basically, you can go this way or you can go this way. So Seattle to Spokane is, let's say I'm going to give 3 times bigger than Spokane. So this is the opinion. Similarly, I can say New York to Seattle. And I can do this again. This is 1. Again, I can do 2. This is 1 is the center point, which is both are equal. 2, 3, and I can write like 9 here. Here I can do -2, and I can do, so probably, you know, New York is 9 times bigger than Seattle, so I will take this. I will, you know, so this is the scale in order to get the response from the pupil. When you are doing some, you know, criteria, you take the judgment from pupil. So you can do this kind of survey if you want to do real thing. So based on this, let's do this. So this is called pairwise comparison. Now, so Seattle to Spokane, New York to Spokane. Now the third set in terms of if you are comparing three things, Seattle, Spokane, and New York. So first, you know, these three cities, you are deciding where you want to live. So third is, for example, uh, third pair becomes New York and Spokane. So this is called pairwise comparison. This is called pairwise comparison. Now I go back on my slide. So basically this is, you know, ranking criteria, scale for criteria and alternatives. So this is the process. Normally 1 to 9 people rate, and then they get the, so for example, here is the ranking style, reliability, and fuel economy. So style to style, which is same, style to reliability is half. So basically, how do we read this? We are reading this way. This is the way. So style to style, reliability, reliability, fuel economy to fuel economy. So these will remain same. Now look into this. Style to reliability is half. Means I would prefer style more. The reliability is 1.5. Here, reliability is 2 times bigger, 2 times higher than style. So basically these you can say these are reciprocal. Or similarly, this and this, you can see fuel economy to style and fuel economy. So style is 3 times highly preferred on fuel economy. And here fuel economy is 1/3 to style. Similarly, this is reliability is 4 times highly preferred than fuel economy, which is here. Then fuel economy is 1/4 of reliability. So basically, if you make, let's say, this side of, you know, this side of pair, this, automatically you can create these numbers. Automatically you can, you know, divide the this one divided by the you know choice, and you get the, so this is the way to make the pairwise matrix. It is clear, because this is most important. If this is correct, you can do rest of the things, which is very easy. So let me make this in order to, because I have to do this numerical. So let me make style, reliability, fuel economy, style, reliability, fuel economy, and here I'm just style, and fuel. So this is style to style 1, reliability is 0.5, fuel economy is 3, this is uh, style to is 2, 1, this is 4, and let me, 1/3 means 0.333, This is 1/4 means 25.25, and this is again 1. So I just created the uh, pairwise matrix here. Now let me go back to slide. So what is the next process? We would like to normalize the matrix. How do we normalize? So here you can take the sum of the column, each column. So this is the sum 3.33, this is 1.75, this is 8, and we are going to divide this with these numbers. So 1 divided by 3.33, 2 divided by 3.33, 3 divided by is a 0.33 divided by this. And then we can get the 1 is the column sum. So this is called normalized matrix. So I'm going to do the same thing. Here, this is equal to sum okay. Similarly, I'm going to do right here. Now my job is to make the normalized matrix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do here. So this divided by this divided by this. You can do by, there are various functions you can do. So basically, these are the things. This divided by this divided by, oh, I think I make some mistakes. 1 divided by, and the last is divided by. Now look into the third column, 3 divided by 8. What we are doing, we are normalizing the matrix divided by 1 divided by. So now we would like to check whether our normalization is correct. The sum should be 1. Okay. Yeah, so the normalization of the matrix has been done. Now let's look into the third step. So this normalization is done. Now what we are going to do, we are going to take row average. So the average of this, average of this, average of this. Very simple. So what is the average? So I'm just going to do EVG average of all three. Yes. Okay, now we got here. So this is the average of, this is the style, this is reliability, this is fuel economy. Now we got that, and you can see this is also 1. So once you got these numbers, they are the criteria weight. They are called criteria weight. So basically here they just put in terms of round figure. So 0.3, 0.6, 0.1 in order to do calculation simple. So they just made. So row average, these are the priority vector, or you can say the criteria weight. Now look into the third thing. So here selecting a new car, style has 30% contribution, reliability has 60% contribution, and fuel economy has 10% contribution based on the pairwise comparison. So this is the first step has been done. Now checking for consistency. Whether this is consistent enough, we are going to check that also. For doing that, we have, this, if consistency ratio is greater than 0.1, the judgments are untrustworthy. So basically we have to keep the CR, less than 0.1. Let's look into this. This is the consistency ratio calculation. And this is, so basically what we are going to do, this is the A, which is the matrix, originally matrix. We are going to multiply with these weights that we have calculated. Just we got the criteria weight, and we are going to get this value. Okay. So basically this is the original matrix that I'm just going to put here for our simple calculation. And I'm just also assuming that, this is 3.3.6 and 0.1. Okay. So here I'm going to do multiplication of this. So what is the multiplication of matrix? I'm just going to put 0.3 here, 0.6 here, and 0.1 here. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to multiply each number with 0.3. 1, 2, 3. 0.6 with all. So let's look into this. 0.3 multiplied with this. This is the value. Similarly, multiplied with 0.3. Similarly, and multiplied with G27. Okay, with this. So basically I got this. Now I'm going to do these numbers. 0.6 into 0.5, 1 into 0.6 into 0.6. So this is the second one. Third one, let me do it. So this is, I multiplied the original matrix with priority vectors, and this is our new matrix. After this, so basically, so we are, and now then we are going to do the sum of entire thing. So we will get these values. So let me do this, equal to sum. So 0.9, 1.6, 0.3499. Here we got 0.9, and again they rounded up to 0.35. So basically this is multiplication of this matrix with priority vector. Now we have to see what is the lambda max. Lambda max is average of 0.9, which is this, divided by this x value, 1.6 divided by 0.6, 0.35 divided by 0.10, and this is the average, which is this. So I'm going to calculate lambda max. So how do we calculate lambda max? So first I'm going to do these numbers with point. So this is the next thing, which is this divided by this value, eigenvector, this divided by 0.6, which is right here, and third divided by this divided by 0.1. And now I am going to take average and average would be 3.055. So this is 3.055. Okay. And here, because they took 0.355, so lambda max 3.055, which is 3 point. So this is this. Now consistency index equal to lambda max minus n divided by n minus 1. So how we can do? So lambda max is 3.06. We just calculated. N means how many criteria? 3 divided by 3 minus 1. So we got this value. If this value is right, now this is called consistency ratio. And here for for criteria, these are the 1, 2, 3. This is like you have a table for statistics, T table, Z table, different. Similarly, this index is, this ratio is here for three criteria. We have this consistency ratio is 0.58. So CR equal to consistency index divide. So basically this is called consistency index. CR equal to consistency. So CI, which is right there, consistency index divided by this value. So 0.03 divided by 0.58, which is 5%. 0.05 means 5%, which is less than 10%, which is less than 10% here. So that our evaluations are correct. An inconsistency of 10% of less implies that adjustment is small and that can be trustworthy. So basically this CR should be less than 10%. This is the fundamental, very simple fundamental. Based on this, so this is correct. Now, so our style, reliability, fuel economy, these are consistent enough. We can go further. Further is here ranking alternative. We have now 4 alternative. So based on style, Civic, let's say Civic is 1/4, 4 times then you prefer Saturn as compared to Civic on style 1/4. So Civic is 1/4 than Saturn. Here Saturn is 4 times higher preferred than Civic. So basically, again, exactly the same matrix has been developed, and based on that, you are going to get the priority vector. Based on reliability, which is highly reliable, Civic is 5 times reliable than Escort, 2 times reliable than Saturn, 1 time reliable than, they are equally same to this. So Saturn is 3 times reliable than Escort. Meta is 4 times reliable than Escort. So basically this is again the pairwise comparison, and based on that you are going to get the priority vector right here, or which you can say the weighted. See, the third thing is, we know because this car companies give the weightage, or they give the clear values: 34 miles per gallon, 27 miles per gallon, 24. So basically what is the, based on, we just sum it and we divided and we normalized it. This is Civic is 30%, Saturn is 24, this is 21. Now we have all the numbers to put in this. So this is our final hierarchy value. Style is 30%, reliability is 60%, fuel economy is 10%. These are the things. Now go Civic. Style, in terms of style, Civic is 13, Saturn is 24, Escort is 0.07, Meta is this much. Reliability civic is 38%, this. Fuel economy is this. Now very simple. You have style, reliability, and fuel economy. Now do the calculation for civic. Civic, this is style multiplied with this, reliability multiplied with this, and fuel economy multiplied with this. You will get the total weight of the civic. So basically these are the three criterias multiplied by this. You are going to get 30% of civic. So based on all, we now finally come to the conclusion here. Saturn is 27, this Maheta is 35%. So now our decision based on civic, based on three criterias and four options, highest is this Miata, and the second is civic, the third is Saturn, Escort is the least one. So this is multi-criteria decision making. Now suppose you want to add fourth criteria in this, style, reliability, fuel economy, and you want to add cost, then basically, cost, similarly you can do the cost, but it is difficult to add there because why? Because it is networked right here. So you have to put here, you have to create fourth matrix. You can't add later on. If you are going to add later on, it is starting right from the beginning. The beginning would be right from here. The fourth option, then, for example, the hierarchy will be fourth option, then they will be compared. So it will be difficult to add anything later stage. However, so this is analytical hierarchy process. There is also advanced method after this, which is called analytical network process, ANP. I'm not going to explain because that is little bit complicated, but based on this only. So any question do you have, please let me know. I have posted one more example here, which is like a family of average income wanted to buy a house and identify 8 criteria: size, transportation, neighborhood, age, yard, all these things. So basically they have 3 house options. Goal is buying a house based on size, transportation, finance, and all the things. You have selected, shortlisted 3, which one is highest weightage. So the first thing first, this is making a matrix based on 8 by 8, and then lambda max CR is less than 1%, which is consistent enough, you can go further. And these are basically based on size, house A, house B, house B, C, and these are the based on yard, based on finance, age, neighborhood, all these are the pairwise matrix. So based on these criteria, this is the one. Which one is going to be the one? So overall, A is 34%, B is 36%, C is 28%. So this is going to be the option, correct option. You can select B. So this is the third example. Which drink is consumed more in USA? And which is an example. This is a true case. This is, how we can test what we are doing is truly correct. So here, let's say I'm coming to you and I'm going to run a survey: coffee, wine, tea, beer, sodas, milk, water. So these are the 7 drinks that we have. And I made the pair of coffee to wine, wine to tea, tea to coffee, and all permutation. And I ask your opinion. Would you prefer coffee or wine? Or, over coffee, how you preferred wine, how much times you will prefer the wine. So basically you give, coffee, wine is 9 times. So coffee is 9 times preferred than wine. So we are reading this way. Wine is 1/9 then water, 1/9 then milk, 1/9 then this. So wine is this one. Coffee is preferred 2 times than beer, 5 times than tea, half than water. So basically based on this matrix and this here, you can say an example judgment, the derived skill based on the judgment in the matrix, and here this is 0.02, which means 2%. Consistency ratio is 2%. So basically based on this matrix, coffee is 0.17, 17%, wine is 9 and 2%, tea is 4%, beer is 11%, sodas is 19%, and this is the, and actually US department, US done the, this is from statistics source, and this is the actual number, and you can see based on this matrix, this is 17.7, this is coming 18, this is wine is coming 2%, here it is coming 1%, tea is coming 4%, here it is coming 4%, beer is coming 11.6, it is coming 12. So this is the matrix based on AHP, and this is the really statistical data from US department. 0.19, 18%, 12%, 14%, 13%, 14%, 32, and 33. So basically they are all same. So this is called AHP. So there are, now this is the, who will be the CEO of your company and why. So this is about, AHP. You have any question, you can ask me.
Do we have assignments for next week about these?
Yes. Yes. So here, I'm just showing you. Yeah, I have discussion that is bit. So this is the 2 questions I have posted here. One is, the John has 3 kids, 3 kinds of fruit to be compared, and he made subjective judgment on which fruit is he likes best, like the following. So which is basically apple to banana, apple to cherry, cherry to banana. And these are the, now based on this, you are going to make the pairwise matrix. You are going to do which one is highly preferred, your consistency ratio is less than 1%. Then, okay. The second question is check the matrix and correct if any issues and solve it. So basically, first thing, criteria, price, gear, weight. So this is the, these are the 3 criterias. And here you have the bike, and here you have the weight, durability, gear action, and price. So based on price, so what is going to be the purchasing a mountain bike? So you have weight, gear, price. These are the 3 things which what you are going to do. So you have bike A, B, C. So this is another example that you need to solve. So this is the first thing, and these are the first stage of hierarchy. This is the second stage. Now the third thing is about discussion of this week, or means about this topic. Where am I? So basically, I'm just, instead of chief information officer, you can select your any leader or CEO, anything. So this is the discussion. Basically, what I want in this, just based on your experience and knowledge, think about what are the critical skills required for any CEO or Chief Information Officer. List down those skills, let's say 5 or 7 or 10. Based on those 10 skills, you make pairwise comparison. Okay, education and experience. This is, for example, first pair. These are the two skills are required. For example, okay, education is preferred or experience is preferred. Okay, if experience is preferred, how much over education? And you are going to make your own metrics. You are going to rank, you are going to get the rank based on the your criteria and judgment. So this is basically doing a practice of selecting your boss or selecting a CEO. So this is a discussion that you are going to do. Any other question?
Perfect. Thank you.
Most welcome. Jason, any question?
Nope, good to go.
Thank you. So this is, little bit we have to take care because it is clearly explained there. And now you can see matrix only is the calculation, but this is really applied in real life, like buying a house, buying a car, making a decision. You have 4 candidate, best candidate to be selected for your company CEO. You are, they are just, you are in dilemma who is the best, and you can use this method to do that. So any other question, my dear friends? If you have, you can ask me. If not, then thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.